So, it's been a while since I came on here and talked, but I I needed this therapy session, and I need it bad because I need to let go of some stuff. Um, so tomorrow is the 4th of July, and day before yesterday or yesterday, my wife said, "Hey, you can come over for the 4th of July if you want." And I said, "I would." I don't know where I put my phone, so I'll read it exactly. So I don't want to give the wrong impression here. Give me a second. Where are you, phone? All right. It's in my pants. My other pants. My work pants. Yeah. Yeah, it is. All right. So. She said, what'd she say? Oh, that's right, because she texted me on Facebook Messenger, not through text, even though I've been trying to have her text me exclusively through text. I just. I have a bad history with her and Facebook Messenger. Not me and her particularly, but her and other people and stuff like that. She said, "Feel free to come over for the 4th of July." That's what she said. And then, see, that was on Tuesday. And then I guess today, but technically it was last night, this morning, it was AM. So Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, I just asked a simple question if what work she's still needing around the house, because, I figured it's not a direct question because she texted me on Facebook Messenger, and I've been trying to avoid texting her on that. So instead, I tried to shift it back over to text message by asking her, if she does she still need this one thing done that I knew about getting done when I left. And she's all like, "Oh no, that's fine, blah 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 blah." And then so kind of got her back on that. Then she texted me later, saying, "Are you coming for the 4th?" And I said I would love to, as long as it's not going to be a problem. Trying to be considerate, trying to be thoughtful and stuff. And she says, "It won't be a problem." Blushing smiley face. But then again, that's just like a, "Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, shucks, it's not going to be a problem." That's how we talk. "Besides, you can light the fireworks, blah, 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 blah." And she says that she's doing this stuff over at her friend's house. It's across the street from where she lives. And then she sends me a picture of our daughter. And they're really cute pictures. And I was honest and I said I miss her very much. And then she sends another message to me saying that I can swing by whenever I want to visit her. And I said, that doesn't really work for me because, I wake up and go right to work. And then when I go to work is right around her nap time and lunchtime and stuff. So, and then I don't get off till midnight. So that makes it a difficulty. And then she says, you could spend the night. So you're here tomorrow morning, do some early lighting of fireworks, eat and hang out. And I said, "I'm working tonight. I won't be off till like near 12:30. And she goes, that's fine. Come over and spend the night so tomorrow you can hang. And then this is the part that I'm having difficulty with. She says, and again, this is her right. She has every right. And by the way, the whole spending the night, I wasn't thinking anything of it. Just, practical. But I thought it'd be nice, to spend the night on the couch, see my daughter, see my brother, all those people I talked about missing that lived there, my friend and all that. And anyway, then this is the difficult part. She says, I'll be out of the house tonight, so I should see you in the morning. Kitty will be overjoyed. Early fireworks with you before you leave to work, and food. And the difficult part of that is that I know that she is going to go spend the night with somebody. I don't know who. I don't know where. It's none of my business. I don't care. But I mean, it's a nice way of saying what she's doing, but I mean, there's no reason for her to be out of the house. You know what I mean? She's got no reason. Not all night, not, you know what I mean? Like, not when I'd be off at, when said I'd be there around 1 o'clock. Why? I'm logically deducing why it is that I know that that's what's going on. I'm not nitpicking her life. I'm just saying that that's how I know that that's what's happening. Maybe it's not, but it'd be smarter for me to assume that she is. The thing is, it's hard to deal with that, It's hard to deal with knowing that, especially knowing her, knowing how important sex is to her, She almost destroyed the first time our relationship was rattled was when she cheated on me the first time. She didn't have sex with the guy, but that's what she did. She cheated. She went to his house. She went there to have sex with him. She took a condom with her and all that stuff. The only thing that stopped her is that she called her friend on the way over there, and her friend told her, don't do it. And she didn't. She made the right choice. It doesn't matter that she made the right choice not to sleep with him. She still planned all that. And we were on vacation together. We were there with our daughter. It was Christmas. And it hurt. And then that's kind of what led to the initial start of everything, when I kind of started my poor behavior. I became very insecure after that because she blamed me for her cheating. She basically said, I went to go sleep with this guy because you don't have enough sex with me. Get your shit together. And that shook me, because she was willing to throw away everything we had built together. The only problem we really had in our relationship was that we weren't having enough sex, in her opinion. And yeah, we weren't, but to throw away everything? We were only married for 3 or 4 years at the time, but everything. I mean, we had known each other for almost, like we had met in 2007, so it was 15, so 6 months, so minus 6 months, so that's 14. So 7, we had known each other for 7.5 years. Been romantically involved with each other for, 2009 to 2015, so 6 years, right? So 6 years, thrown away because we weren't having the sex that she wanted. And she never really talked. I mean, she said, I want to have more sex, blah, 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 blah. And I was trying to work on it. It was something I was working on. But she blamed me for it. She blamed me for going to go sleep with somebody else. And that was hard. And that was one of the things I talked about taking the blame for. I took the blame for that. I thought, yeah, she's right. I'm not good enough. I've got to be better. But I was still angry at her that she did that. And I harbored that. And I was insecure. I thought she's just going to do it again because I'm not good enough. She's just going to do this because I'm not good enough in this area. Or I'm not good enough in that area. Or whatever. And it made me disconnect from her. It made me become bitter. It made me frustrated and angry. And she felt the burden of that. That wasn't right. So when she left me because of that, I really didn't blame her. I was angry and I was hurt, but ultimately what I did is I said, no, I'm not gonna stand for this. I'm not gonna let our relationship end over her leaving someone that isn't me. Because that's who she left. She left someone that wasn't me. She left who I had become and not me. She left somebody else. So I fixed everything and whatnot. And I pulled it all together. And yeah, I wasn't the greatest. I still made my mistakes and stuff. But I fought for a whole year to get her back. And it was a long road. And I guess the difference between then and now is that her boyfriend then, he was my best friend. And he lived out of state, so they weren't having sex. So I knew that she was sort of had that leverage because sex is very important to her. I don't mean leverage over her, I meant leverage over him. Like, I knew that it was she can sometimes be blinded by sex. I mean, not recently in life, I will say that. But then, at that time, she's always put sex as a high priority. And the quality of it and all that stuff. Well, the thing is, I felt like I had a chance because, like, yes, there was that bad blood between us. But at the same time, like, it was me emotionally versus him emotionally, And ultimately, he went out for a very long time. He went out for 6-9 months, something like that. But the thing is that he turned out to sort of be stringing her along in a sort of sense, or sort of manipulating the situation. And he tried to blame me for manipulating the situation, but it was clearly him. And she saw that. And then, but before that, I suppose, she feigned to get back together with me. She said that she'd get back together with me, and she said she loved me and all that stuff, but I think she was trying to lie to herself to make things easier because she wanted to love me, but she didn't. Because at first she told me, no, you've got to go sleep with other people. I said, I'm not going to do that. If that's what it takes for us to get back together, I'm not going to violate who I am just to satisfy you. And then next thing I know, she's sexting another one of my friends. A mutual friend of ours, but another one of my friends. And then she ended up sleeping with him too. So it's like, I I snooped through her phone to find out that she was sexting him, and that was wrong of me. But still, what she was doing was wrong, and that was, if she legitimately was trying to be with me at that time when she said we were together, I don't count that as her trying to get back with me, because otherwise we would have gotten back together twice. I consider us getting back together once, because if she counts that time of us getting back together, I don't, because literally it lasted maybe a week or two, and she was planning for him to come out and see her, the other guy, the second friend, on her birthday so they could do sexual stuff. That's just like the time that she cheated on me before. And I called her out on it, and she got super angry. Because rightfully so, I snooped through her phone. That was very wrong of me. And she was doing something wrong too. But two wrongs don't make a right. We were both in the wrong. We both did wrong. I violated her privacy, and she violated my trust. But there's no winners there. All I know is that she ended up asking me to see my phone. I said I have no secrets, because I didn't. And she looked through all my text messages, which I constantly told my best friend, the one that she originally left me for. You know, because he had stopped talking to her for like 2 months. Something happened. I don't know exactly, but it's kind of a gray area. But anyway, and I had texted him consistently, stop talking to her, stop talking to her. You're an asshole. You've violated my friendship. You've betrayed me. You're all that stuff. And at first she was like, wow, you're really, determined to get me back. And I said, yes. And at first she seemed really happy about it. And she got really angry, and then she kicked me out. That was the only time that she's actually ever kicked me out of the house. She said, leave. And that night she started talking to him. And that's when it all started again. And then it all fell apart around him later. And then we went on vacation, and then she ended up sleeping with that guy, that second friend that she never got to sleep with before. And then a while passed after that, and then she decided, hey, you know what? She said, you're my puzzle piece. That's what she told me. She said, you are my puzzle piece. Maybe we're not perfect. I know you won't do what you did, but she said, as long as you never do what happened before, as long as you never be that person again, we can make it work. And I believed her. And that's when we got back together. That was January 2018. And I believed her. And I worked so hard to try and do right and keep all the problems. And then we decided we were going to have a kid again. And maybe my therapist was right. She's like, is this the save the marriage baby? Maybe it was. We ended up losing the baby, though. And that's when and she had been talking to other people that she had slept with before or was sexually interested in. So my insecurities came back. And I was like, you can't be talking to them. And she eventually cut them off, but she was already pregnant and everything like that. And she lost the baby. And I wasn't super excited for the baby, but there was a lot of reasons I wasn't excited for the baby. But there was a lot. I wasn't sure if we were going to work out, especially because of her texting those guys and everything. And I just saw problems reoccurring, and I tried facing them. And every time I tried correcting them, she got angry at me. She got angry and angrier and angrier. And I was just trying to save our marriage. That's all I was trying to do. I had read before we got back together, as soon as we got back together, even I was reading article after article of how do you fix a marriage that this went through or that went through. How do you do this? How do you forgive somebody? How do you move past all that? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I was trying to follow those things. I was trying to follow my therapist's advice, all of that. So there was something that was eating at me, and I was trying. I went over to my friend's house because I I go every Saturday to my friend's house and do this thing, and so I came back, and the thing is, she had gotten some piercings and stuff that I wasn't thrilled about, but it was still her choice. But it just felt like I wasn't included in that thought. I don't know. It's her body and everything, but it felt like something that if I was gonna get a piercing on my dick, I would talk to her about it. I wouldn't just do it. Be like, hey, what do you think about this? Blah blah blah. But after we lost the baby, she's like, no more kids. End of story. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I'm doing this. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm getting a piercing. I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm getting these other piercings. I'm like, okay. And it just felt like she was making all these decisions that seemed to affect the two of us. But she was making these decisions without me, or without even talking to me. It was just more like telling me. And when it comes to her own body, she has that right. But it just felt like on top of everything else, because I wanted that baby whether she believed it or not. I wanted us to be together. I wanted to fix our relationship. I wanted that baby. Regardless of what she thinks, I wanted all of it. And I knew that if we could just make it to that point, that I could get past it all. But it was too much pressure and a lot of stuff happening all at once. And I came up to her and said, hey, look, I feel like you're making a lot of decisions that I feel left out. I feel like you aren't considering me. I feel like, blah, blah, blah. I said with this and with that, and that you making the decision about a baby when it's our marriage. It's like nothing we even talked about. She goes, you weren't even excited at that baby. I felt like I was having that baby on my own. I said, I was there at the appointments. She's like, yeah, but it didn't really feel like you were there. Isabel was more excited. And I was like, and so I started saying I was worried about whether or not we're going to be together, whether or not our marriage was strong enough to last a new baby, whether or not, we were in a place individually where a baby would be a good idea, whether we were people ready to bring another child into this world, whether or not Kitty and that dynamic would be right, whether or not I could handle that stress, whether or not she could handle that stress, and all those kinds of reasons, and I said, and one of the smaller reasons is that I was worried it might be somebody else's, because she was getting angrier and angrier at me. And so I got really defensive, and I said, yeah, I was worried it could be somebody else's. And she was like, really? And she got really angry. Because that apparently, and I shouldn't say apparently, it did hurt her. It hurt her deeply. But I mean, with what I've been through, and knowing how much she cares about sex, and knowing how much she was trying to hang on to those old flings, I didn't really think it could be somebody else's, but I was really worried she had been sleeping around. That her marriage was just something she was doing for me. And it was a lie. She got really upset. And then I don't remember exactly what happened, but I said, I'll give you your space. And I moved out to my friend's, the one I'm at now, for a week. And I said, hey, look, can we? Well, no, she said, I said, look, I'll come back and we'll talk on Friday because I left on something like, uh, I think it was actually Friday that I left, that my friend was doing the game. And I came back on Saturday night. I even slept down on the couch because I wanted to think about it before I confronted her. I wanted to sleep on it because I was really frustrated and really angry about what was going on. But I didn't want to screw anything up. So I slept down on the couch. She came out on the couch, gave me a hug and kiss, and I really miss holding her. I really miss kissing her. I really miss hearing her say, I love you. But anyway. And then I was like, I sort of got cold and I gave her a cold shoulder. That probably didn't help because it probably reminded her about the year that she went through that she ended up leaving me for. About how distant and detached and cold I was to her. Not all the time, but enough of the time that was the normal. Anyway, I tried to face it head on. I tried to address the problem. I tried to be level-headed about it. And I didn't yell or anything like that, but I left. And a few days later, she's like, yeah, we're done. I've slept with somebody else. I'm not interested, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we need to talk now. And can we talk tomorrow or today even? And she's like, fine, come over here. Come over, whatever, we'll talk. So I came back and we talked. And it just ended up just falling apart. And I got angry. I was the closest I ever came to laying a hand on her. And I was disgusted at myself. And that's the day I tried killing myself. That was just over a year ago. It was like June 29th, June 30th last year. And I got committed to psychiatric hospital. And in there, she was all like, maybe we can make it work, maybe all that. But she just told me, maybe part of her believed it. She wrote a letter. She wrote a letter, and she had her friends write a letter and stuff saying, look, this is how things need to be if you guys are going to be together. I believed it. And then she ended up telling me, we're not going to be together. No, it's not happening. I've tried to convince her ever since. But since then, I lost the fight in me. And when she was saying, oh yeah, I'm going to start dating again, that's when I moved out. That's what makes me worried. That's what makes it so hard. Knowing about how much sex has been a huge factor in our relationship. How sex has almost single-handedly destroyed our relationship. It's almost single-handedly saved it at one point. When she was dating my friend basically over the internet before she went and see him, we were having tons of sex. She was considering not being with him or being with him and me and stuff like that. I couldn't do that. I still don't want it. It's a conversation I'd like to have. I just wanted to think. I want her to just consider me, but she won't even do that. I doubt she even thinks of me as anybody more than her daughter's father. Anymore. But I love her. It's not about having her or holding her. It's about being a good person. It's about being who I am. It's about not betraying who I am right? That's what this is about. It's about being a good person. It's about me being a loving, kind, compassionate person, a forgiving person, forgiving her for being inconsiderate. Even if she doesn't think she's being inconsiderate, technically, inconsideration is just not thinking about how your actions affect others. I am hurt by all the things she's done. And if she is being considerate, then she's just being considerate without much consideration, rightfully, to how I feel, because it's none of my business. But it means that she still knows that she's hurting me and willingly doing it. And I forgive her for that. Well, I want to forgive her. I haven't forgiven her, and I guess that's what this is about. I want to go tomorrow. I want to spend time with my daughter, and I want to love my wife. I want to be compassionate to my wife. And yeah, I guess a goal of all this, being a loving person, a goal is for her to love me back. But that's something I can't control. It's just the best chance I've got, right? It's the most honest and earnest chance I have. I could be somebody else and probably have a better chance of getting her back. But what would that do to me? Sorry, pop up. Yeah, close it out. From a program trying to say, update me now. I just need help, I guess. I just feel like I'm on a crusade alone. And I know it's a crusade I can only do alone. But I need supply wagons. I need the support of my country. Metaphorically speaking, in a fantasy battle sense, I need my reinforcements. I was dealt a heavy blow tonight. But I mean, I already knew this thing was going on, but to hear that, I was just hopeful just to see her tonight, just to say hi and whatnot. I was excited that see her, have a good day tomorrow might just be great. But now that thought's sullied. Now she's not going to see me without the context, without the thought, without her itch has been scratched, and I'm not looking to scratch that itch. I just mean that she's not going to have any concept of me in her mind that way. She's not going to be trying to look at me with fresh eyes. I need to just go there tomorrow and have strength and be strong, be the person I am, and not let this pain and let this sorrow rule me. It's not who I am. This isn't who I am. It's just something that's happening to me. I am experiencing pain because I love someone. But I am not a person who is sad. I am not a person who is sorrowful. I am not a person who is grief-stricken. I'm a person who has emotions. That's who I am. I'm not going to let people define me anymore. My wife defined me for so long as someone who can't be happy. I find happiness all the time. I make jokes all the time. I make people laugh. I make people smile. Like, I might not have a whole lot of really close friends, but you know what I do have? I feel like the world is my friend. I really do.
And I mean, maybe they're not friends back to me, but you know what? I feel like I can reach out to damn near anybody and have a genuine experience with them as another person, as another human being. And that is genuinely who I am. Tell me that in that moment where we're laughing, making a joke, having a small talk, or I have concern for another individual, and they genuinely feel thought of and cared of. Tell me that is not a good person. Tell me moments of joy shared between two people is not happiness. Tell me camaraderie and strife over oppression and difficulty and challenge is not happiness and satisfaction. That's who I am. That is who I goddamn am. I'm a great fucking person. I might have these pains. I might be sorrowful, but I also am happy. I'm angry. I'm loving. I'm compassionate. I'm everything, as we all are. So what does it fucking matter? I am not boiled down into some simple syrup of emotions. I am a happy person. I am a sad person. I am a whatever. No, I am who I am. I am. No one's going to tell me otherwise. I'm a strong person. I just need to find that strength to push through this pain. Pain is a very strong emotion, and sorrow is a very strong emotion. All I need to do is get through it. That's all. That's what I need to do. So I need to dig deep, put on a strong face, reach inside, and let my sorrow take the back seat, and it can come again another day, another time, another one of these videos. But I am going to show the world and my family tomorrow who I really am. And I'm going to go over there, and I might not sleep on the couch. I might sleep in my car or whatever, but I'm going to be the person I am. I'm going to be that person, that compassionate, forgiving, loving person. I'm going to be that to my wife. I don't care that she's sleeping with somebody else. I do, but I don't. That is just the person who's fulfilling her needs right now. Because she can't see me without seeing the pain. Maybe they have something genuine. But so did me and my wife. And that's not just gone. We had 10 years of it. 10 years. So I don't care what 2-3 months are. 2 or 3 months versus 10 years. I don't care. I really don't. It's not going to stop me from loving my goddamn wife. It's who is just making her happy right now until she can move past the pain that she's dealing with. That's it. And I'm going to say that because that's what I believe in my mind. My heart needs to believe it too. 2 months is not 10 years. And the person she's with, even if it's genuine, it's just the person helping her live life right now. It is not her forever. It is not forever. And it doesn't erase 10 years of our lives. It doesn't erase our daughter. It doesn't erase the house. It doesn't erase the cars we've gotten together. It doesn't erase everything we've done. It doesn't erase all of our history. I think that's about all I have to say. I didn't really pep myself up, but I need to hear it from myself. And I needed to say all this, and I needed to get it off my chest, and I'll probably be back again. Because it just brought a lot of stuff up. This conversation here, and also these whole events, and maybe I had a bit of expectation of not anything romantic happening between me and my wife, but just a wholesome, positive interaction between me and my wife. And I feel like got squandered, or at least won't be as quality because of her experience tonight. So that's all. I think I just I need to hear this. I am a good man. I am. I have my flaws. I make mistakes. I have made mistakes. And I will make mistakes in the future. All I can do is wake up tomorrow and do better. All I can do is wake up tomorrow and be a better man than I was today. That's all I can do. And it's okay if tomorrow I wake up and I'm not a better man. As long as I don't fail at being who I am. As long as I strive to make up for the mistakes I make, it's okay. I am a good person, a great dad, a good husband. And I will survive, and I will fight on, because that's who I am. And I won't give up on my wife. I don't give up on people. Not when I genuinely see their worth. I won't give up on them. I will not. People are what make life worth living. And I will not give up on her. I will not give up on my daughter. And I will not give up on people who have value. And I have never met a person who doesn't have value. But if you're a piece of shit, I'm not even going to try. So I'm not going to give up on you because I never even started. And if I find out you're a piece of shit, guess what? Turns out I'm not giving up on you because I was helping somebody or there for somebody who didn't actually exist. Because if I knew you were a piece of shit from the start, I would have never been there in the first place. Peace.